Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Poor Choices. I'm going to switch myself here. I, for some reason, as if I'm talking to you over here. I don't know. I get really weirded out when we're facing away from each other. No
How
normal
very high
person would do
maintenance of
that,
you.
right?
Right.
Thank you. Sometimes. Okay, whatever. Anywho, I'm Extra Girl, and this is Tugs, and we are here
Hello.
for a sip and chill. Although I'm not really sipping on anything, I do have water. I'm saving
my
all the
water's over
sipping
there
for Vegas,
for Vegas. Yeah.
which is
I have
coming up
a
soon.
non-alcoholic dark and stormy. So it's got
What is a dark
non-alcoholic
and
rum.
stormy?
It's a dark rum. This is the case non-alcoholic. Ginger beer and lime juice, and it's so good.
I do have nuts though.
Oh wow. Save
gonna
that
eat them all.
for the OnlyFans. Eating nuts on live stream. Goodness gracious.
I'm kidding. Anywho,
X-Ray Girl's gonna eat her nuts.
I'm gonna eat my nuts on stream. Watch me. Just like swallow it all up.
That's a new blurb from Mongoose. I can see Mongoose clipping that already.
No alcohol. What have you done with Tugs and X-Ray?
I'm fat.
Getting healthier. Made it really fat. I'm finally past the point where it was the lowest before I went on my trips. So I'm happy with the progress. I'm just hoping that it stays, low.
I haven't lost. I'm so cranky about it. I haven't lost anything. I've been working out and been better, about my food choices for the most part. Like it's probably like 85-15. So I need to either go starvation mode and pull a model circa 1995 and not eat anything but like an apple and bread.
I understand that.
I haven't lost anything. I'm so mad. Anyway.
So before we actually get into our topics, we already have a super chat from Nico Glock for $20. Thank you so much, Nico. Asha.
Nico, I haven't seen you in forever. Oh,
I know. Man. Thank you. And I'm gonna bring the gong out for this. Thank you, Nico Glock. It says, hello, friends. Hello, Nico. And we also have Psychotic Mongoose, who has gifted himself a membership.
Oh my God. You know what's funny is I saw his message a little bit up. It says, look, my sub has run out. I wonder.
I tell you, it'll end up giving it to yourself if you have not subbed. I think that's the thing. I think YouTube does that. So thank you, Psychotic, for re-upping your membership. Cheers. Cheers. So
we did it again.
Anyways, this week we have a couple good topics. We have the OnlyFans girl, the one who does the woo ara ara face and had probably pretty good OnlyFans, making good money.
Oh yeah, I think the article I read said she was giving up 30 grand a month, something stupid like that.
30 grand a month. Well, yeah. We'll see. We'll have a good chat about that, I'm sure. And Pearl has been getting into some drama. I mean, she usually does, but
what else is new?
What else is new? Part of being a grifter, because I am a professional grifter, you have to be relevant. Sorry, the nuts are like getting in my throat and making me cough. Anyways,
she's eating her nuts too fast, you guys. Eating her.
No, there was like remnants just in my throat. It's not helping, is it? No, I thought
Mongoose is already. I can hear Mongoose writing down the time.
He's like blurp time. Yeah, I mean it's also factually true, but yes, phrasing. But, yeah, as a professional grifter, I understand how you stay relevant. Do I do it? No, because morally, no. I will make fun of Hollywood, but I don't think I could get to the point where I call just everyone mean things, including the tradcons, the conservative women. But anyways, we'll get more into that. And then if we get time, Ariana Grande has had a divorce. She goes through men almost as quickly as Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the same divorce I've already known about because this drama has been going on for a while, or if this is the new divorce.
I mean, I didn't even know she's married, to be honest. So
yeah. If it's the same one, we'll find out. We'll find out because I don't know.
All right.
I'm like, you look so cute, and I'm like, am I grungy?
This is grungy because I mean, typically, of course, I don't have my like shoulder sitting out. This is just this. I'm grifting, guys. I'm grifting. The more super chats that come in, the more the sweater comes off. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually kidding on that.
A $1 million super chat, and she'll show you.
I'll take off my sweater. Yeah, 1 million. $1 million doll hairs.
Doll hairs.
Oh God. Yeah. Me too. Me too, Nico. Ooh, yeah. And before we even get into our topic, McFly with the 5 says, pray for me. Oh my gosh. Been in the desert for hours, beating on my rock. What? Hardwood?
Beating on my rock hardwood. You gotta say
tomorrow. What? I've been digging up petrified wood. Oh, okay. You're just like me.
Now that's phrasing.
No, that's right. You did that on purpose. I did not do that. At least this last
McFly.
one. McFly, stop beating your rock hard wood. Sorry. Oh my God. Ah, my face.
Hard rock wood.
Hard rock wood. Hard rock. Maybe that's what they're talking about when they say the Hard Rock, the Hard Rock Hotel. Anyways, okay. Thank you, McFly, for the $5.
It's been a wild 7.5 minutes. I tell you what.
But I'm enjoying it. So I couldn't.
That's good. You have nuts.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have nuts in your mouth. Okay. Whatever.
You enjoy it. You have nuts in your mouth. All right, I'm done.
McFly member for 1 month says, I knew you lovely ladies would laugh. I did. I was very confused at first, but then I eventually laughed.
It's like, should I read this out loud? And like, anyway.
It happened already. Whatever. I guess maybe I should pre-screen these super chats, but where's the fun in that?
Where is the fun in that?
All right. So if you've been watching the Whatever podcast, there was a girl that came on, and I swear she was like every type of typical OF girl possible. She was doing like the cross-eyed thing, going ooh, and her like that. I can't do the cross-eyed thing.
I can't do it. I look R word that we're not allowed to say. She looked actually kind of like, she still looks stupid doing it, but she looked cute doing it. Yeah,
like if you could do cute there, she was definitely cute.
Yeah. Just like you look so cute when you do your winky peace sign face. I look like a
but yeah. And anyways, so if this is a reminder of who this girl is, she's like this redhead, super cute but slutty girl.
Biggest fantasy is
not even my. So yeah, she definitely was haram. If haram were a thing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I got a gifted sub. Yay. Oh, sorry.
I was like, oh, nice. Nice. We'll get to it after this. Thank you, Brother Redlock, by the way. Shout out ancientsuds.com. Use the code XRGO. 15% off.
Yes.
My biggest.
And Hugs 15. Pick a code.
Music. Sorry.
Scared the balls out of me.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. The Juego face. That's what it's called. Thank you, McFly. The Juego. I can't do that face. So no matter what we've done or said or believed, Jesus saves, Jesus loves, Jesus forgives. So she became, I guess, a born again Christian. Not sure which denomination, but she got dipped in the water. Let's see.
Yeah. She got baptized. She's been
baptized. She looks happy here, doesn't seem forced. Now, as someone who is of a religious background, Tugs, how do you feel about this? Do you yourself truly believe this for yourself?
What does it say? No matter what you've done, Jesus saves. Yes.
So here's the thing. We're going to do a very small, brief lesson. Okay. I used to not believe this, and I used to be very mad. And I would say, okay, so you're telling me people like that German guy in the 1940s, all he had to do was go, I'm sorry, and And I'm just really sorry. And he was forgiven and he goes to heaven. I don't want to hang out up there. Those people are terrible. I don't want to be with those people. When you actually learn what there's forgiven and there's saved. And just because you are forgiven does not mean that you are saved. In order to be saved, you have to be forgiven for your sins, which God does anyway. The minute you mess up and you go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did a thing. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. He's like, yeah, no, done. But that doesn't mean you're going to see him at the pearly gates and he's going to know you. And he's going to be like, yeah, come on in. No. You actually have to change. So all these girls, like that girl in Vegas that was like, oh, well, God will forgive me for my OnlyFans. It doesn't matter. No. I mean, yes, but no. Doesn't mean you're going to go to heaven because you didn't change. You didn't repent. That's where the repent comes in, right?
And I think that's the problem we're seeing is a lot of people say they're sorry, but did you actually learn the lesson and enact the things that you have learned? Because if you don't, it's like the person who stays with or who says I'm fat but then keeps eating. Myself. And did you learn the lesson? No, I didn't learn the lesson till this moment. So trying to do the good thing.
But she's 100% correct. He has said, like, even if in the Bible, was it Paul? I think it was Paul. I can't remember which one now because Melanie would know for sure. There are people in chat that will know. But one of Jesus's followers was a murderer of Christians. Like, he was like, no, this is false. And he would murder Christians. And Jesus saved him. And he became one of Jesus's big disciples and followed him all the way through Jesus's death. And so, yes, he could save anybody. But the point is that he changed his life and actually followed Jesus. Does that make sense? So if she's doing all this and then reverts right back to it, then no, she's not saved anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just lessons learned and doing the lessons. So
Saul that became Paul. It was right. Okay. So Saul, when he was a murderer of Christians, and then he got his Christian name, which is Paul. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, John.
Look at this. Darian says regret and repentance is not the same thing. Judas regret what he did, but he never changed, and therefore he never repented. Paul murdered Christians, was changed on the road to Damascus. There you go.
There it is.
Grant here. We'll get to this. I'm not a Christian. How quick conservative conservative ink. Jumped on praising this makes me not trust them on relationships. At least give it some time to see if she stays on the path or not. I agree with that. And I guess we will see. Now, before we continue, speaking of sinning, Nico Glock with the $50 on the stream upside. Thank you so much, Nico.
Oh my God.
Says tonight's wine fund. You know what? We're gonna put this wine fund to Vegas. So just know it'll be put to good use. We might not drink wine tonight, but we will be drinking wine another night. And there will be either a video or a live stream. So get ready for the shenanigans. Because we have got
plugs unsupervised in Vegas once again.
Thank you, Nico. And I guess we might as well get to these. Thank you, brother Redlock, for the 5 gifted Poor Choices membership.
Thank you, brother Redlock.
Cheers.
We both have discount codes at his website, Ancient Studs, Tugs15. Yours is X-Ray 15.
X-Ray Girl. That's it.
X-Ray Girl 15.
Yeah, use whichever. Whatever good.
Whichever one you want.
And Psychotic Mongoose has gifted another membership. Obviously, he has one himself, so I don't know who got it, but
you couldn't gift yourself. You couldn't gift yourself a second one
for next month. Re-upping next month. Cheers! Thank you so much, Psychotic Mongoose. And Saw01 member for 4 months says, "Hi, you two are looking beautiful as always." Aw, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
it's really
you.
nice of you to say in my t-shirt.
While we're like schlepping it. That's why I like wearing hats when I wear when I look not as cute. So
yeah, I did not have time to change. That's okay.
Thank you very much. Saw and red holocron. Red or white.
Ready or whitey.
Yeah. Red before bed, whitey after Friday? I don't know.
Whitey after nutties. What?
Eh? I like my nuts white. That's why I have these. Macadamia nuts. Anywho. Oh gosh. All right. So getting back to this. there was another video, I guess, after she had done the baptized
Good
thing.
morning, everybody. Okay, so really quick, I have a couple things to address.
She's really pretty.
And I just need you to listen to me. So I've had quite a few people reach out to me, comment, just truly curious about what and why I changed. So listen, I was a pastor's kid for almost all my life. I grew up in church. I was always in church. I was also homeschooled. So my life truly felt like a cage.
Okay, before we go on, I actually saw a clip because this is my first time seeing this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me confused. Maybe it's the mother that's the pastor? But this was from the Whatever Clips podcast. Whatever Clips. Wait 1 second.
To your parents and you asked them, you said, I have a choice. I can either quit doing all of this tomorrow.
OnlyFans.
Right, and go get a job for like a tenth of it. Or I can continue to do this and send you money. Which one do you think they would ask?
My mom would say, absolutely quit. My dad, he'd be like, oh my God, no, why would you ever quit?
Your dad would say that?
My dad would say that I send money to my dad so that he can be comfortable with
he's
their
a
family.
pastor?
No, he's not a pastor anymore. They stopped being a pastor when I was like,
oh,
but he was, and he retained his faith, right?
He did. I'm his daughter, though. I'm not just some stranger. He's like, you know what? If I want her in
doesn't
my
that
life,
make it worse?
That does not make any sense.
accept your kids for who they
No.
are. What? And so
What? No.
So if you had a kid and they were doing OnlyFans, what, you just disown them?
Until they clean their life up, yeah.
Wow.
My
That's
family would
bad
have
parenting?
absolutely
My family would
terrible
100%
parenting.
just.
What about you're a bad kid?
Oh, yeah, he's right about that. You're a bad kid. Setting a bad example. Do I think it's a bad move to do that?
I don't know. I
I
think
think it
this
depends on the
is a little harsh, but-
conversation. I think that if you come from a pastor background, that would make sense to me. It's like you are condoning the sin if you keep them around in this sense. I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't know what it would be like to conversate to try to convince them to not have an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But I know for me, it's like she can only do so much, or you can only do so much as a parent.
Yeah.
Andrew Wilson from this clip has since talked to her, thinks she is sincere. His wife is less convinced. Oh,
Interesting.
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 I think that if you used to be a pastor, it would be very hard to support your daughter doing that.
Yeah.
Sin
Yeah.
every day, all the
Yeah.
time. And it's like
Yeah.
the idea
I
you can't go
could.
backwards from it.
I
But
could
in any case, let's continue with why she did this.
And I'm not saying Christianity is a cage. I'm saying religion was the cage. I was a Baptist, I was a Baptist pastor's child for the longest time, right? Me and my family did not have a good relationship. And I'm the middle of 5 children. So I'm talking about my other brothers and sisters and my parents. It just truly felt like such a cage. I was a very rebellious child, like sneaking out when I was like 16 years old. I was just going the wrong way, right? So about 4 years ago, I started my OnlyFans because I think truly it was out of pure rebellion. And like, honestly, I'm such a like independent person that I never felt the need for a man to provide for me, like have a man in my life to provide for me. So I started OnlyFans about 4 years ago and I climbed to top 0.01%. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that the devil can truly give you things in this life. He has a budget though. He can only go so far. So a couple million, okay, great. The devil can do that sometimes, right? But I truly have gifts and talents. I just did not use them in the right way. And I'm reaching out to anyone who's like questioning what they should do in their life. And I turn to corn. That's what we're going to call it. Okay. So this is just me.
I feel like that's something that the red pill has been saying this entire time for women. Like,
What?
you can put yourself to better uses if you just think about it. I mean, it's easy money. You know, very easy money. But is it worth all the things that we have that come with it? And especially like this girl, one day she has a kid, family. People can search up their name very easily. What's going to come up?
Oh yeah,
her OnlyFans.
Let's see. So she says she's the top 0.1%, which is true. The report is that she was earning, and I was way wrong. She was earning $300,000 a month.
I was going to say 30,000 seemed pretty small.
It would make sense if she's in the top 0.01%, which we've talked about before, right? That's 0.1%. If you're in the 1%, you're making like in and out money. Because these higher girls that are higher that jumped on it right away, like her, are making that is so much money.
It's small compared to the OF girls out there. I mean, it's very large. Okay, anyone that can make 30K a month showing their hoo-ha or just any way they can make it, like that is a significant amount of money. Significant. So yeah, she made poor choices. Nico, are you thinking about a new new alternative career if you'd like? Because yeah, honestly,
that's wild.
I'm sure everyone has thought of it, male or female. But yeah, 300K a month. Just saying.
That's wild.
Just saying.
$300,000 a month.
I would wish to even make that in a year. Wait, what's $300,000 a month, 3.6 mil a year.
Ooh. Minus taxes.
Minus taxes. I don't know what the tax is, depending on which state she's in. And I'm assuming she's American, so.
Yeah.
Sean says, how do you not quit after 1 million as a young person, put it in the bank and just get a job that you enjoy at the point? I actually think that the minimum you would need to make in order to have recurring funds that pays for you, like dividends or a real estate, is around 3 million.
Yeah.
Just to sustain. I don't think 1 million is enough for a young person.
No.
Now, 1 million might be enough for an older person who's retired.
I mean, 1 million would be good for somebody who's older, but when you're young like that, especially because you guys are forgetting when you say 1 million, like 1 million is really not that much money. I mean, it is. You're like, oh my God, $1 million, but really it's
but a
not
house
that
is
much
almost
money.
$1 million, depending on where you live.
So, but 2, these girls and guys that are influencers like this that make this kind of money, they're spending it just as fast a lot of the time, right? They have their brand deals, they have their trips, they have their fancy lifestyle, the houses they've bought. I'm not saying everybody does, but a lot of them do. We see it all on TikTok. They're fancy this and they're fancy that. They're buying the newest iPhone. They're always wearing Gucci, whatever. So they financially, especially us women, cannot keep up. Like that 1 million would be gone in a heartbeat, just like the football
think
players.
About the monthly costs of just upkeeping an appearance. If you do stay that, you got your nails, your hair, your makeup, skincare.
I mean,
products.
her makeup alone,
that's gonna cost like $2,000 a month ish. So there you go. I wish. Oh, and Nico, I saw you said correct. The minimum is 3 million. Oh, I was right about something. The math is still mathing.
The math is mathing.
Yep. So let's
it's just not enough. I mean, I could use it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, if you paid off your house, you could live off $1 million very easily.
I mean, depending on how much you owe on your house, depending on what your credit cards are, what debt you still have. I mean, Yep.
All right.
Sharing my personal experience with you. So I reached out and did corn for 4 years. And I showed myself all over the internet. I said crazy things on podcasts. If you don't know the I Love Cheating podcast. And so I met this person who's now my partner. And
oh my God, a man changed her. He said, I can change her.
That'll do it.
And there we go.
He truly showed me God's love. He was sending me Bible verses, praying over me, and we were just friends. So like the Holy Spirit was truly working and moving, but I was in such a rebellion against it because I was like, God doesn't love me. I've had to work this hard for this many years because no one cared about me. My family didn't care about me. Christianity is a cage. It's not Christianity. It's religion. Religion is the cage. And unfortunately, I didn't have like good role models growing up. My parents, my siblings, I didn't have good friends. I truly fell into darkness.
Do you think Christianity or religion is a cage?
Oh, I'm a firm believer against organized religion for sure. Oh yeah.
Interesting. Because I mean, I didn't grow up in like a religion like that. Like Buddhism is vastly different to any of the other Christianity, Catholicism, any of that. But yeah. I guess the one thing I can say that I never loved about certain religions, and you'll have to tell me which one it is, but you have to fear everything because of the possible repercussions. I think you should want to do good because it's good to do it,
sounds like
not to
Catholicism.
not do it because of the punishments that could be inflicted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, organized religion is as a whole, it's just become, and this isn't always the case, but it's the case for a lot of places and people, and so that's a big part of the reason. And she's right, she came from it, she was born from it, but I know people that are refused to even acknowledge or go back towards religion if they were, or think about going to not even religion but to God because of the repercussions. And that usually comes from the Catholic side of things. No offense to the Catholics, but they have a stereotype for a reason of them being just brutal with their stuff. I mean, you couldn't go back. My grandparents couldn't go back to the Catholic Church after my grandma got divorced.
Really?
They had to they had to ask permission, basically get down on their knees and beg their whatever he is for the Catholic Church to acknowledge the new marriage with the grandparents that I grew up with. So my mom's stepdad, like, oh yeah, it was. I mean, that it's like, come on. So that the order and a lot of the churches nowadays, especially again, a lot of the Catholic churches, sorry Catholics, but it's true. It's you will give money, and the more money you give to the church, then the more perks you get, kind of thing. The more forgiveness you get. This that. It's become
monetization to going to heaven. Interesting.
A lot of churches as a whole, and that's that organized religion scenario, have just gotten way wayside and corrupt. And it's not all of them. There are good churches out there. They're really getting hard to find. I haven't found one that I like. And then you have these pastors now that are standing up. Yeah, exactly. All is forgiven with enough money in the church. And now you have these pastors and priests and preachers and whatever you want to call them that are standing up in the church, being okay with stuff that's very blatantly against the Bible, and you're just like, whatever, I'm not going. I'm over it.
Maybe the guy that she met is also an accountant, and he's like, here's how you can live for the rest of your life if you have this much money.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if someone created a presentation on how to invest and help me invest, yeah, maybe. If she talked about her numbers with him, I mean, we can only guess what she has. So yeah. Nico, you're confirmed Catholic. Oh,
listen, the Catholic people, I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about the church. Don't come at me. Odin's great, we love Odin. Lady Great Master's great, we love her. It's not the people, it's the church.
And then it says, and I was done a long time ago. There we go. Okay, so you probably felt a little caged too, like her. Okay, so
I know so many people that grew up Catholic, and the older they got, like they went the far opposite, which is definitely not what you want to do. Like, you go from growing up in a Catholic home, and then they go, because just because of the rules and the restrictions and this, and it's just like, can you settle down? Like, that's relax. That's the case. So I get it. Yeah, I get what she's saying for sure.
Okay, all right. So let's see what else she has to say.
And I was, like I said, I was top 0.01% creator. Like, that is crazy. That is a crazy milestone to reach in that industry. So I made what I made. I did what I did, but I want to share with you guys the truth of it all, because I am now giving it all up for Christ. I am now truly a believer. I would never take it back. God radically saved me from this darkness. And let me tell you again, the devil has a budget, but God does not. God literally made you. He made this world. He made the heavens. Like, what makes you think that God can't bless you with anything? But the devil will give you these things that trip you up, and money in front of your face, and these worldly friends, your family that isn't there for you, but don't be discouraged, because God has a better plan for your life. And let me tell you, I have felt and started living that plan. And since then, the money, the fame, the Gucci, Louis, whatever bags, the shoes, the clothing, the huge trips that I've taken doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, do you want to go to heaven or do you want to go to hell? And my soul, I'm sorry, but it's not worth going to hell for at all. And God loves you so much that he's willing to give you everlasting life. You need to understand that your life is very temporary here on earth.
I definitely agree with a lot of the stuff that she says, although I'm not religious, so the aspect of about God and whatnot is not built in like my daily life. But how she says that, what you do matters. And I mean, what else did she say here? There was a lot. People will do things to get you to do bad things. And I mean, having OF there and people subscribing and simping to her, spending so much money, it's so
all
flashy.
temptation.
It's a temptation, exactly. And it's what you do. And that's the thing that like I really did like about like the Manosphere Red Pill is that they brought that to people's attention. We've been so rah, 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 women, power, do whatever you want. But at the same time, you can't do everything you want to do. I would love to just, if I go into store and see a nice necklace, am I going to take it?
No.
No. Morally, no. Also, I'll get arrested. Don't want to do that either. No.
I'm too pretty for jail.
Yes, as I said before, I'd become someone's girlfriend. But it's what you do in life that really shows your character. And, if I'm going to be on OnlyFans and showing everything and sharing something that's very personal to myself and, my husband, is that fair to him? Is that fair to me in the long run? Is that fair to my kids? So those are the things that you have to kind of think about when you do things like this. I give props to like Zia a lot because she really does understand what the possible repercussions are for being on OnlyFans. And we've had very long conversations about it. And she's talked about it in public too. And I really give kudos to her. Whereas, a lot of people, like the girl who was like, God will forgive me for OnlyFans in Vegas.
Oh my gosh, it's fine. He'll just forgive me. I'm like, well, yes, but also read your Bibles.
Yeah. I mean, I've never read the Bible, but I know that God technically wouldn't 100% forgive you for that one.
Ay, Dios mío.
Let's go back.
Everlasting life. You need to understand that your life is very temporary here on earth, and we all have a mission, and that's to preach the word of God. Okay. I love you guys. I just wanted to clear that up and share a little bit of my testimony, but there you have it. Please be nice in the comments, because just remember, you are not here to judge others. God is here to judge, not you. So please, please be nice, be kind, be loving, bear the fruits of the Spirit. I love you guys. I love you so much, and God bless.
All right. A lot of people, even in this chat, do not believe her in her sincerity.
Yeah.
I think that she seems like she's genuine in this, but the cautious person in me is just like, let's see if you actually change. Let's see if you do the things that would make you a better person. I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I believe her. She seems genuine to me. So we'll see.
We will see. We will see. Before we continue, we've got a couple more super chats. We got Nico on the Streamlabs side with another $50 and says, Vegas, baby, Vegas. Thank you, Nico.
Vegas.
I can't wait
Thank
for
you, Nico.
Vegas, Vegas. It'll be really good. It'll be really fun. And then Jason Webster with 20 Australian says, I love women. Yet, if I come across a woman like the one in Audition 1999, that was the one where she used a string from an instrument to cut off their leg, right?
Wait, what? If I come across one in Audition, yes.
The Audition.
I've not seen that
I've not
movie because
watched
it looks
it.
really gory and gross. But
I've
yeah,
heard
there's a lot of stuff
from Mark about this.
Mhm.
I will run faster than any Olympic sprinter to catch a cab, then a train to the airport of the next major city to catch the next plane out. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, if you meet that, please run. We like you here. Thank you. Nightmare for $5. Thank you very much. It says, we can't expect God to do all the work. Joshua Graham.
Exactly.
I think in the end, you as a person on earth, doesn't matter religion, you need to do the work that will make you long-term happy, because we are so fixated on short-term happiness. You know, I always like the to compare it to, you know, diets. You know, the chocolate tastes so good. It feels so good when you're eating it, but long term you get fat if you keep eating all that chocolate. I'm not saying moderation, okay? But then, you know, when you're eating all those vegetables and eating right and exercising, it doesn't feel good at that moment, but long term, you'll have a longer life, you're healthier, and your body will thank you for it, and you will thank you for it.
Yep.
So same thing with all these other life decisions as well. And so this came up. Tugs brought this up. This came from Arkham TV. Thank you for posting this. Many people have pointed out that Nala did not, in fact, delete her OnlyFans after her video was shared, claiming she was deleting my OF. The page remained up. However, she had stated in the comments of the original video on TikTok that everything is getting deleted off it in these next few days. It has been a few days now, and she has done what she said she would do. If the screenshots are accurate, then all her videos and photos are gone. Y'all can go kick rocks now. So she has deleted it.
She has not deleted the page. So this is, and I sent you this link too, but I can read it. On OnlyFans, your account is not deleted as a creator until the last subscription expires. So you can delete all your media, but if you still have 600 subscribers, whenever that last subscription expires, then you can go in and actually delete the entire account, like gone, like won't be able to search her or anything on, but until then, so that's why the account is still up. Screenshots that I've seen several of them from over the span of a couple of days that confirm what that first tweet was that it says no posts. So I don't know, but you can't just delete the account. Like you have to wait until the last subscription, according to this other tweet I found. So
I love the box here. Yeah, that's a Lego face, right? It's very disturbing, actually.
It's really,
Wow, what a title here. I understand this first part. Part-time nerd. Not sure about the next.
You know what? I'm not going to make you read it out loud. I don't want to know.
I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. I speak Japanese. I'm sure uwu counts as Japanese for her. If that's the case, I do too. But in any case, I can understand that now. If she can't delete the page, I think it's like Patreon as well. Patreon, you can't delete the account until the subscription has been, all the subscriptions are gone.
Yeah.
So, if she's doing the right thing, it seems like she's doing the right thing. She is going through with the things she's saying, and I can't hate her for that. And I can see why the conservative side of the internet is kind of jumping on this train and being happy for her a bit. But at the same time, it's a good thing she has a partner that understands where she came from fully. And I don't think she would find that very easily, though. I'm sure she would find a lot of sexual partners, but that's not the same thing. But I'm kind of curious. I'm going to ask chat in a poll. Do you believe she's changed?
To refund the subscriptions? I honestly don't know.
I don't know
how
if you
that works.
can.
I don't think you can. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know.
That's
it
probably
says
a
if
lot
you-
of subscriptions to.
God, can you imagine?
refund.
Well, at the one article I found said that at one point she had like 7,000. That's a lot of people. This one
7,000. That's 70K right there.
This screenshot that I found says if you're a subscriber, you need to unsubscribe before you can delete your account. If you are a content creator, your account will be disabled until the last subscription expires. Then it will be permanently deleted.
Oh, here, I'll share the page.
There's nothing about the option to refund, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And we also don't know when the heck the last subscription expires. You know,
People
are they
could have
all month to
recurring
month?
subscriptions.
Yeah, is it all month to month? Can you pay like Twitch? You can pay for 3 months in advance. I mean, this account may be up for a while.
It's month to month, and the thing that is the trap for a lot of those websites, it's the same with Netflix, Disney Plus, any streaming service. You sign up for the free trial, and then you forget to delete it or deactivate it, and then you pay for a month here, and then you forget to deactivate it again, and then you keep doing that again and again, and
we may be, Nico says we may be a year out before this actual page is gone. But she cannot, as a content creator, she cannot delete the account until the last subscription expires, whenever the heck that is. They all may go in there today and delete their subscriptions, and it'll be done by the end of the month. I don't know, but
if she can get
all of her
people
posts,
to do it,
so all of her
there
posts
you go.
are gone.
I mean, the internet is forever.
Yeah,
it is forever, but I appreciate it. I do like this one though. What it feels like deleting my
Oh, with the birds. I like this video. Look at her, she looks so happy.
So pretty. I hate pretty shit. Also now I want to have my hair red and long.
I know, it's so pretty. I like that color.
I
that would
also
take forever for us
wish
to
my
get that color.
eyelashes looked like that. I know they're fake, but still, I wish.
Hi, Direwolf. You get discounts for 12 months, right? So, Sean, I honestly don't know, but it would not surprise me. I don't know. I've never been on OnlyFans. I have no idea. But yeah, there may very well be year subscribers on there. I don't know. We don't know her accounts,
No, and I do not plan on going over there and putting that in my search history. No, thank you. It's fine. I'm gonna trust all the guys and girls who got.
You guys can do the research for us. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Here, Hokie says the internet says the sub on OnlyFans is for 30 days at a time, but it is recurring.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't know. And Hokies might be able to find this information, or if somebody does have an OnlyFans that they subscribe to, no judgments. You might be able to tell us if there's 30 days, but there's also 60, 90, 100, whatever.
Jonathan says, please don't with the red. Then I get to do my very sexy face and you can't complain. You know which face I'm talking about. It's been a couple days since I've done it. Nightmare says, I don't buy it. She's trying to find a simp for herself. She says she has a partner now, so she has a boyfriend.
Yeah. Who, if he's, she says they were friends. He was a friend and they developed that relationship. So if he's as into, as follower of Christ as she says that he is, then he'll dump her. But so
yeah.
If she goes back, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Very, very interesting for sure. JH Swalbach for $51.99 on the Streamlabs side. You guys are so generous today. Thank you so much. I should gong. This is a gong
is real.
Gong. Professional grifter here. Thank you, JH Swalbach. Thank you, Nico. And thank you, Nico, again for the big donations. Okay.
Yay.
Anyways,
I feel like I need to step up my streaming game. You got all these props. I have zero props. Every now and then Duke walks by in the background. That's all I got.
This is what I threaten Mark with. What it does, you guys will just have to figure it out. So JH Schwalbach says, in the heat of passion, I've yelled, oh God, oh God, oh God. Does this mean I can save a woman? I like saving women.
I can save her. I can fix her.
I can fix her. I can change her. Does that qualify you by saying, oh God? Yeah, let's just say, yeah, anyone can be a hero. Okay, so you go on and do your hero thing. Cheers. Bye, Rizkit. Anyways, thank you so much, Jay Schwalbach. And then we got Culture Casino here for $2. Says, do we thank Brian and the Whatever podcast? I do. I don't. I do not. They gave her a platform to get more subs. As much as they trash girls on podcasts like that, every podcast, the Whatever podcast, Fresh and Fit, even the Vegas one that we were on with Rollo and Michael, it is a platform to promote. And even if you do get all the crazy fights and whatnot, it's helping them. And I think depending on which one it is, there have been very few women that have been reformed directly from them. Yeah. I equate, at least from her story, that her change was from a mixture of her childhood, maybe a realization with her friend that became her partner. I think that is more important than what happened on the Whatever podcast, in my opinion. Absolutely. Because it takes the right person to really get to you. And it sounds like all her previous friends and family was just someone who she couldn't trust.
Yeah. So. It's very rarely, I mean, there's probably a bunch of factors. It could be the guy, like a combination of things, you know, this friend of hers, maybe his new friend came into her life and he was like, you know, this is the way I feel, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, maybe he said something to her, you know, she said he prayed over her. So
you sent her Bible verses.
Yeah. And there's just stuff.
It's really hard as a parent not to be condescending because your immediate thing is to get upset. And maybe it didn't help her choose. If you have a rebellious nature, you hear no, that means I'm going to go do it.
Right. Yeah. Right? I mean, and the Bible verses he was sending her were probably things like, listen, you can turn from this and things like that. And it resonated with her. It was a combination of things for sure.
So,
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. And I do think, though, that Brian and a lot of these types of podcasts really do highlight things that I would never have known from back in the day. But and a half now at this point since I've found the red pill manosphere of the internet.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, it's good, but I think the problem that we all have is, what are you doing to help it? The problem. So that's the only problem I have with that side of the internet, but you know, whatever. It could change. You never know. So thank you, Culture Casino, for that good question. Now you did highlight a few other things here. What
Hoki's got information for us. And John Thomas. John Thomas says it's up to the creator. There are options for 30, 60, or 30, 90, 6 months, a year, and recurring if you don't turn off auto renew. So there's that. And then Hoki says, according to an article I found, some creators also offer free trials, which means you get the month for free. According to the site, you will not be automatically billed when the free trial expires, but instead will have to follow the creator and manually switch your subscription to auto renew. So it could be 30, 60, 90, like it.
Depending on how she said it.
Yeah, so she may have had mandatory subscriptions for a year. I have it's up to her.
Oh my God, imagine her page will be up for that long, but hey.
Can you imagine? I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
No, not at least for a year. We have Nerd Stitcher on the Streamlabs side for $50. Thank you, Nerd Stitcher. Cheers.
Yeah.
Says, really happy for the OF girl. All Christians are sinners and works in progress, though. By the way, just launched my channel today. Congratulations. Yay! Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Come check me out at Nerd Stitcher, NERDSTITCHER, as I start a cross-stitch project of the 90s Rogue from X-Men.
Ooh.
That is very cool.
She does stitching. Oh, okay, that's cool. I love that.
Cross stitching. That's cool.
Nerd Stitcher. Thank you for the donation as well.
I'm excited to see.
And I agree with you. Every single one of us is a sinner and has done bad things, and she may falter. We all do it. But
We
as long
all
as we
sin.
stay on the path.
I can definitely agree with that, even though I'm not
Amen.
religious.
Amen.
Wheel like a pig for $1.99 says Tugs. I would gladly. I feel uncomfortable saying this.
Oh, well,
Get
thank you.
on my knees for you. For what reason are we doing this?
I'm not sure. You wouldn't have to go far. I'm short, so.
Oh my god. Thank you. Squeal like a pig.
Thank you, Squeal like a pig.
That's
a name I don't recognize. Hello there. Welcome.
Hello. Are you an alt account? All right. So I do have a tweet here from Allie that you had sent me, and I'm kind of curious to read this, and we'll have a little chatsy chats about it.
Oh yeah, this started quite the debate. Well, not her specifically, but there was like the no soup for Michael Knowles account was getting into it with people, and oh man. Okay, anyway, continue.
Cool, because Pearl was on it, but this is kind of like bringing us into that. Do you all really think it's a good idea for a young man to go from watching a woman do a multitude of sexual acts on camera to having this young man regard the same woman as a spiritual figure? This is dangerous, unwise, and possibly even blasphemous. Now,
What?
I see what she's saying. I do. I really do. And I think that people are using this OnlyFans girl as a beacon of light. Oh my God, you can be reformed.
Yeah.
But how many times have we heard people say, oh, if you've had so many peepees in you, can we really change that? Is it the same thing with OF? So it's not, it is kind of contradictory to see someone lifting a girl up. So, hi. Right? Is that what I'm getting from this tweet?
I mean, yeah. So what? And her tweet, she's not wrong. But here's the thing, and this is the argument that the No Soup for Knowles and a bunch of other accounts were having as well. It's like, we're not saying that you guys should go out and marry her now that she's, following Christ. That's not what we're saying. And she absolutely can be reformed. She has a history. That's the whole point of Jesus, right? Just because she's now turned to Jesus does not make her automatically wifey material. And we're telling all these guys, like, oh, she follows Christ now, go marry her. No, that's not what anybody was saying. What we're saying is that if she's genuine and this is truly the path that she's followed, then yes, she's already forgiven and it's good to go and she's reformed. Period. End of story. It doesn't mean that I'm going to bring her around my son and have him marry her. Do you know what I mean? Like, people were getting so up in arms about us being happy for, like, and by us I mean Christians, being happy for her and supporting for her and rooting for her and praying for her. Like, yes, keep on this path. Like, oh, she's disgusting. Well, no, she's no longer disgusting. That's the point. Jesus has wiped away her past in his eyes. Now, in your eyes, maybe not. And that's fine. But her past is gone. It's gone. The minute she asked for forgiveness and reformed herself, truly, it's gone. So now you as a human being on earth can go, still not my thing. Super happy for you. I'm not dating that. It's not happening. I can't let it go.
Fine.
You can. That's totally fine.
Yeah. And I think that's
so funny. So Allie is correct. Yes.
Yeah. That's the weird part about the internet. Like, I feel like people make judgments so quickly on what people say and maybe dissect things a little too much. And, I'm happy that she's changed. Will that change everything about her? No, but it's a good step. It is a good step. It's the same thing with we'll bring addicts into this, drug addicts, alcoholics, have they really been changed? It's one step at a time, and it's something that you work towards every day. It doesn't make them a bad person if they might have made bad choices, but in the end, whose opinion's going to matter the most? It's not the internet's. It's yourself,
it's Jesus,
your loved ones, and in her case, yes, God and Jesus. So I do think that this is we'll watch and see.
Yeah. And this is, at the end of the day, this is it too, McFly. 100%. I'm agnostic atheist / atheist. I think she's admirable if she's sincere just because of her wanting to improve her life and make better choices. And you know what? At the end of the day, if that inspires other girls other people in general to do the same thing for themselves, whether it's to follow Christ or not, that's great. And honestly, every single one of Jesus's disciples was a shit mess before they followed Christ. They all were. They're a hot mess. All literally killed people. Like, come on.
Including Frank Gore, who's in the chat. Hi, Frank. Says, hail, chat,
Frank.
and lovely ladies on the stream. He's going to go see Shatner's documentary. My name is Bill.
I love William Shatner so much.
Apparently, he's going to be at one of the theaters in California doing like a Q&A.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah. Chris isn't going to go because it's too far, but I think it's cool that you're still going out. Mr. Movie watcher there.
I love it. I love it.
Which
I love it.
I know Ghostbusters is coming out. You probably are seeing it sometime soon. I say you, I mean Chris is. You.
Oh yeah, Chris is definitely going. Chris, Chris, are you gonna get the popcorn bucket though, Chris? That's really good.
I want to get the ghost catching one. I do. I really do. It actually is really cool. But
it's so cute. I love it.
I would rather that than the Dune bucket.
Yeah.
The Cilia.
I would 110% buy the Dune bucket if I was a big Dune fan. I think that's so cool. In fact, I want them, if they ever release Return of the Jedi back in theaters, I want them to make a Sarlacc pit bucket just like that. But with a little tiny Boba Fett.
Sarlacc. Okay. I don't remember what
you'll know it when you see it.
Yes. Okay. It's very Dune bucket-esque.
Yeah. That was what I thought it was at first. I was like, hold on. Wait a second. What is this? But no. But it's got to have a little Boba Fett. Maybe like a Boba Fett straw or something. Or I don't know.
At the top of it, holding onto the straw. Yes.
I think that would be so funny.
So freaking cute. I agree. All
right. I would love a Jabba the Hutt bucket too. All right, we're getting detoured. I'm sorry. I love popcorn buckets.
It's okay. Oh, well, Chris coming in here always derails things.
If anybody knows where I can get the Ratatouille one from Disney France, let me know because I love it so much. Oh my god, I want to use it for my pasta. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Sorry.
So Tug sent me this clip about Pearl, and this is her tweet. She says, "Wait until Pearl finds out that women were the first to see the tomb empty. We're the first people Jesus appears to after he had risen. We're the first to know he was the Messiah. The Samaritan women are heavily present throughout the Bible in general." She's going to lose it. So she was on, I guess, this podcast or this show. Let's see what she has to say. And then we'll read Eric's message above there because I want to see what's going on.
You mentioned you were raised Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still consider yourself a Catholic? Do you consider yourself a Christian?
No, I'll tell you what. I've recently, I would have said yes to that maybe like a month ago or 2 months ago. But I've recently started reconsidering Catholicism. And the reason being is that, and I'd like to say this is not definitive. I've noticed patterns in society and in history. And one pattern I've noticed is that we tend to elevate women higher than they should be and say they're more special and awesome than they are.
What does that have to do with God?
She's basically saying she doesn't want to follow Catholicism or Christianity anymore. The short version of this clip is because Mary is elevated higher than she should be. The mother of God is elevated to a point where she shouldn't be elevated.
Okay, let's just finish this clip.
Anyway. And recently I've had the thought, wondering if the Catholic Church did that with Mary. But I'm not sure. So I still go to Catholic Church now, but it's kind of, I can't really get that thought out of my mind recently.
Sorry.
This poor girl needs to step away from the red pill so bad. Like, she is starting to lose herself, and the plot was gone a long time ago, but she is starting to lose herself. Can you imagine? Oh, I'm so
I'm in shock.
Mary's not important. She just gave birth to Jesus Christ, but it's fine. She belongs down there with the peasants. Oh, what? And also, women are prominent in the Bible.
I am shocked.
Oh, they're all over the place.
Mary literally did her duty. She had a baby. And that's elevating her too much.
Oh my God.
I bet you at this point, I don't know for sure. And this is just an assumption. I'm putting it out there. She probably thinks Mary actually had the sex.
Well, probably.
And lied about it.
I think I told somebody responded to my tweet on this that you read, and I can't remember what they said. Oh, it was Force Light Entertainment. She was jokingly was like, well, she should just put herself under Sharia law. And I was like, actually, you know what? I think she's laying the groundwork to follow Tate into Islam, like to become Muslim. I would not surprise me at all for next announcement.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did that. Because at this rate, like, Pearl is not the example of what she thinks women should be. And I think that's the most hypocritical part about her. Like when you say these inflammatory things and then you do the opposite of what they are, it makes no sense to me. You know, be the leader that you want to have out there. So, in this case, she wants women to be more, submissive to their husbands. She doesn't show those types of characteristics, at least in public, maybe in private. But that's being a public person is part of it too. We have people. Which actress, like Eva Mendes? We don't see anything about Eva Mendes anymore. She became a mom, right?
Yep. She stays at home.
Jessica Biel doesn't do any work anymore either. Who else is part of that like wifey crew? There's a few.
Blake Lively has done movies over the years, but the two of them, she's mostly stayed at home. And they have, I think it was the two of them. And John Krasinski and Emily Blunt had this pact too, where they will not work at the same time. So if she gets a role and it's these months, and he's going to be filming Deadpool those months, well then they either move if they want her that bad, they move the shoot, or she doesn't take the role. Kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, Jessica Alba, that's such a great one.
Jessica Alba, yes,
that's
the one I was thinking about. That, yep.
She fell off the planet. I was so worried, and then like she popped up on TikTok. Because she has her own like beauty company, The Honest Company, and whatnot. And I was like, oh my God, there she is. What happened to you? Where'd you go? Love her.
She just became a mom and just stayed at home, which is fine. And if you want to work, that's fine too. But that's something between you and your husband. But I do want to read what Eric said here. Pearl Davis claimed that she's reconsidered Catholicism because the church elevates Mary, a woman, too much. I would have said yes to that. Maybe like, and it's just basically a quote here. Where's the end of the quote? A religious devotion to bros before hoes.
That's funny.
Hey, if that's what she draws from the religion, I think she actually, especially if she still goes to church, should talk to her heads of church, whether it's the pastor or the priest, because these thoughts, it's like, is this really what Mary as a symbol means? Now, I don't 100% know for myself, but maybe Tugs, you can give a better, literally enlighten me on the significance of Mary, which all I know is she's virginal and had a baby of God.
Well, yeah, and the Christian side of things, we don't really elevate her that way. Like the Catholics pray to her. So there's a response. I'll see if I can find it under my tweet that I copied Lady Gravemaster's response on, because she's way more knowledgeable. But there's, from the outside, I can see where people are like, well, they worship, I don't know where it is. There it is, right there. They worship Mary. Like, so this guy responds like, I grew up, Catholic. They worship her. They pray to her. They treat her like she's this whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's a really long answer. And to summarize it, basically is like, it's up to you if you want to read it. But she said it way better than I could.
Let's read some of this. Asking Mary to intercede on her behalf is similar to asking someone else to please send up a prayer for me/us. But the difference is she is the mother of Jesus Christ, and there is biblical evidence that Jesus respects and listens to her along with how and why Catholics exalt her. By the way, follow Lady Gravemaster in all her things. She's got a YouTube channel and a Twitter.
Shout out to Lady G.
So, love Lady G. First piece of evidence, commandment 5, honor your father and your mother. Ha! There we go. Jesus perfectly follows his Father's law, for to do otherwise would mean he is not the Savior. There we go. Pretty strong evidence. 2, second piece of evidence. The wedding at Cana. Did I say that right? Or is it Cana?
I think so.
Cana.
Yeah.
Jesus
Sure.
only turned water into wine because Mary asked him to. Her faith in her son never wavered, and he performed the miracle at her request. Okay, he's being a good son, listening to his mom, sorry. Third piece of evidence, the Hail Mary is in the Bible. The first third is spoken by Archangel Gabriel when he appears to Mary to announce the conception of Jesus by the Holy Spirit. Luke 1:27-28. Hail Mary, full of grace, and the Lord is thee. Blessed art thou among women. The second third is spoken by Elizabeth, Mary's cousin and mother of John the Baptist, who from his mother's womb was the first to recognize Jesus as our Savior, and filling Elizabeth with the Holy Spirit and prompting her to say, Luke 1:41-42, blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Okay. Final third comes from Mary's response to Elizabeth, Luke 1:45-55, because he has regarded the humility of his handmaid, for behold, from henceforth all generations shall call me blessed. Thus, based on the previous evidence, God's own law, and God's own word from the mouth of Gabriel, his messenger, we put forth our request of intercession to Mary. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty strong evidence,
Yeah.
Fourth piece of evidence, Mary was assumed into heaven, body and soul, after her death, has appeared to thousands of people. Fatima and Guadalupe especially came to mind, and appears during the end of days, Revelation 12:1-18. And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. I would say this. If they really wanted to elevate women, God would have been a woman.
Well, there's that. But she basically is just like, this is why we talk to Mary as well, and here's your evidence as to why. Like the Hail Mary prayer, Hail Mary, Mother full of grace, blah blah blah. We've all heard it. That's really a Catholic thing that does it that much, but yes, it applies to Protestants. Yes, it applies. I mean, it applies to, it's in the Bible. So like,
yeah. And then I'll just read her last few paragraphs here. So no, we do not worship Mary. We exalt her to the place and with the honor that God bestowed upon himself. I can understand the confusion and the hesitation, especially because most people's working knowledge of Catholicism and our veneration of Mary comes from a pastor or preacher whom has never practiced Catholicism, or worse from Hollywood. That's true. Hopefully this explanation, while long, helps you better understand who and what Mary is to Catholics and to mankind. Be blessed. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a gong. It's my version of a clap. Thank you, Lady Gravemaster, for that. That was very beautifully put, honestly. And Pearl, you're welcome to your own opinions. Okay, that's part of being in America and free speech. But still, maybe take a step back. Maybe look at the entire picture and do your research before you go out and say things like that.
Yeah. So,
like, do the research. I mean, just because you grew up in it doesn't mean that you are well versed in these things. Maybe talk to experts. Ask the internet. You'll probably have a better chance of getting an answer. I wonder what the Manosphere Red Pill space thinks about her saying these things. Let me see if we can see some of the replies. Where is the original clip from? Oh, here. Watch the full episode here. Oh, so it's on YouTube. So we can just go to the YouTube link, and I'm gonna just see the replies, because I'm just curious.
I didn't look at the YouTube replies. I just looked at the replies to Eric's post.
Here we go. All right. I'm 32 years old, and Pearl has opened my eyes to the whole culture. She's on point. It's not hard to find a female. It's hard to find a woman, a godly one. Okay. Well, I don't agree with everything Pearl shared. I do agree that society has evolved to cater to the needs of women within the first 10 minutes. Okay, I agree with that too. I don't think God and the Bible and religion has elevated women in that sense. If anything, you should be talking more about the LGBTQ plus being elevated in churches with a pride flag on them.
That's heresy.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see if anyone agrees with her assessment of the religion. Someone just blindly believes. I don't care who she got her talking points from. Here we go. A truly God-fearing woman is hard to find, but men shouldn't give up. I like this guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I know you guys, you said 69% of you said you don't think that OnlyFans girl has changed.
69%. The irony.
I know. I'm actually curious. Do you think that religion has elevated women too much? Yes or no? Just out of curiosity. You don't have to have the same thoughts as us, but hey, that's an echo chamber, so you actually have to. I'm kidding.
You have to believe what we believe. Sorry.
Oh, God.
I don't see it. There's no other women being like, if that were true, then Mary Magdalene would be a saint.
Oh, we actually have some people saying yes. Religion has elevated women. 20% saying yes, 80% saying no. Very interesting. I'm curious for those that have said it, no judgment here. Why do you think that? Because I don't remember. Did Pearl give an example in that? I don't think she really did.
Just Mary. She just talked about Mary, and she's the only one. That's just that's the only woman that you could even have that argument with, because there's a prayer. They go to the statue and do the thing. The rosemary has Mary on it.
Okay,
she's the only one.
Yeah, some religions believe in divine feminine. Depends on the religion and context. Woke religion has. Well, that's different, Thaddeus.
There's that.
We're not talking about woke people. We're talking about Catholicism, Christianity, like anything to do with a church, okay? And praying. Grant says not Islam, but mainstream Christianity has. Okay, I can see that. And the patriarchy actually elevated women. Now they have the equality they wanted. Reap what you sow. Oh no. All right, so I'm feeling like majority is saying no, but some people are saying yes, and that's okay if that's what you believe. I'm just having a conversation. Ooh, here Samantha says my ministers are women. Some people find that problematic. Pourquoi or why? Sorry if you don't know French. Out of curiosity, why is a religious leader usually male and not female?
I think this is a touchy one because it kind of says it in the Bible, but there's more context to it. I haven't really gotten that far yet.
Okay, then we will just leave it at that.
Somebody in the chat will know it better than me because I don't know. Melanie knows. I think Melanie actually had this exact argument months and months ago. But yeah.
Oh, here. Samantha says, I think because men are to be leaders of
that
their
might
homes.
Be it.
And that would make sense why they would end up
There's
being
more
a
to
leader
it for
in a
sure.
church.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that insight. Yeah. I'm not a theologian. Theologian? Did I say that right?
Still a baby.
It's okay. You have some good insight, and I am open to listen to it because I think that it's the same thing with Buddhism. I'm trying to think that if there's any females that I'm aware of that are usually,
I've never heard of one.
In your words, kind of like preaching version, imparting wisdom.
I don't think I've ever seen. Well, and like the monks and stuff are all men, aren't they?
I'm gonna Google it. Are monks only men? Monk is applied mainly to men. So yes, it is a male term in that sense. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm not that religious, clearly.
John says Paul writes in his epistles. Yeah. Is that right?
Epistle, not a hard T.
We could argue all day. That women are not to be put above men in the church. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
There you go. So it makes sense that there would be no female religious leaders then.
Yeah. Nuns are the women. Yeah.
Buddhism, says Abe, is the most misogynistic religion. It requires women to be reborn as men before they can acquire transcendence. Islam is just bog standard misogynist.
Wait, I didn't know that about Buddhism. Is that true? I didn't know that. That's interesting.
So are you saying Elliot Page can be transcendent according to this? I'm joking. It's a joke. Sorry, YouTube.
YouTube, don't take us down.
But what does that mean to be reborn as a man before they can acquire transcendence? I'm very confused on that statement. I'd have to read more into it then. Maybe ask my mom. She might know more.
This is true, Cavitano. Not a lot of people know this, but there is nowhere, anywhere, ever where it specifically states that the woman who Jesus saved from stoning was the prostitute Mary. Like, I'm 95% sure they're two different people, and somehow over the years they've become one person, which is interesting. But yeah, that's very true. Now people know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Gabriel wants to convert to Buddhism. Oh, reincarnation, maybe that's what they mean by transcendence. Okay. Some churches allow women to be leaders in children's Sunday school. Now, I will say, in a progressive thought, it would make sense because you're imparting learning, women are nurturing to children, especially. I can see that, but on a religious aspect, I'm not sure what that means. Tugs might know a bit better. And Nightmare,
I take care of the kids.
I do believe in reincarnation. I might have talked about that with my mother a bit. I'm not sure about the male aspect, but I do know some people, at least according to my mother, that might have been, had previous lives before. Yes. Oh, here in Hinduism and Buddhism, you gain transcendence when you stop reincarnating. So you have to stop first. Okay. I'm learning.
I'm learning so much right now.
This is so interesting. And I've always said religion is very interesting. I just don't like doing it in a school setting. And this is kind of like a fun conversation about this and talking about women and men. So here is a reply. I think you sent this to me. Natalie Jean Beisner. So,
oh yeah, the drums
down here. Pearl has posted here.
We've gone backwards.
Well, it's still talking about Christians in a sense. It's all interlinked. The girl who's deleted OF. You guys are idiots. I like this guy down here. 85K. Oh my god, we don't know how many people she's been with. You can have an OF and not be a hoe.
That's also true.
You can be slutty.
Sleep with people.
Right? So she says here, when people ask me what my issue with Pearl is, it's this. This is my issue. First off, she claims to be Catholic. This is not a Christian response to a potential newcomer to Christ. Tugs, do you agree with this?
Fair.
Okay. Secondly, even securely speaking, her message is one of no hope to both men and women. Also true.
Also 100%. We've talked about that before.
Yep. No hope for the men because all the women who are whores masquerading as trad or former whores who played you to get you to settle down with them after a lifetime of promiscuity and then will leave you at the drop of a hat the minute she meets 6 foot, 6-pack, 6-figure Chad. Oh, and take half your worth and your kids while she's at it. And no hope for the women because you're a whore or a former whore or over the ripe age of 25 or 30. God forbid 35. At that point, you're basically dead. So no man wants you. And you'll be an old whore alone with your whore cats forever because you were such a freaking... Wow, she likes using whore.
I mean, she's not wrong. They've all said these exact words.
Maybe not these exact words, but insinuated for sure. And maybe not all women, but like a good amount of women that are on these podcasts. If we are actually going to change the culture, our message has to be one of hope. And if you claim to be Christian, then the good news, which you should be spreading, is actually a message of hope. You don't win the culture war by telling one half of the population they're screwed and embittering the sexes against each other. You win the culture war by having more families, stronger families, more kids raised in loving two-parent homes with mom and dad both present, more husbands, better wives, more wives, more mothers, more fathers, better fathers. That's how we win. That is building block of our entire Western civilization, our American values, and our freedom. That was a lot. I agree with a lot of the stuff that she says here. Now, I think a thing that we're missing here in at least the relationship war, if you want to call it, is that we are elevating people who are maybe teaching these things to our kids. Things like Hollywood, actors and actresses, influencers, our teachers, people who are leaders in communities are teaching this to our kids. And I'm saying our kids. So not only do you have to better the family unit within what you can control, but we have to set good examples. And Nala wasn't a great example. She is technically an influencer, and she is now becoming a better version of herself by doing this. So I think people like her, as you said earlier, could inspire people. And we have to change things in our schools and whatnot as well, and our form of media. I freaking hated that Jennifer Lawrence film. I watched 10 minutes of it because it was her being in this girl's word, whore.
Which
she
one?
was Jennifer, I think it came out this or last year. Lawrence.
Oh, the one where she's like seducing the 18-year-old or whatever.
No Hard Feelings. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
I did not want to see that.
The first 10 minutes was of her getting yelled at by this guy she was like dating. And she basically woke up drunk, disheveled. And, she obviously, didn't care for that guy. So she's like, And then all of a sudden she has Fabio come out of her house in like little underwear. And I'm like, what kind of message are we sending here? I don't even want to watch this. You didn't need to show how horrible of a person she is for like to get that point across. She could have just woken up drunk, and that would have been more than enough for me to be like, yeah, she needs to get her life together. Or did the walk of shame without all the fighting in between. But in any case, what was I talking about? Oh, setting an example. We need better examples out there. I loved A Walk to Remember. How I forgot her name, Mandy Moore's character, how she literally changed Chad. What was his name? Chad Michael something?
Chad Michael Murray. Wait, was that
Chad Michael Murray?
No.
Yeah.
No, that was
Oh, no. It wasn't Chad Michael Murray.
Shane Weston.
Shane Weston.
Shane Weston.
Which Chad Michael Murray was also in Cinderella Story. That's why I got mixed.
I love that movie.
But that is a good example of changing your ways and then enlightening people to hopefully make better choices. Right? We got like a typical good girl and a bad boy, and it works out somewhat in the end. I mean, of course, she did pass away, but F cancer.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. That's true. I always go an episode of Doctor Who I haven't seen, and it was like 20 years ago. No spoiling it for me, please.
No spoilers. It's been out for 100 years, but don't spoil it.
Wow. Frog even says, "A Walk to Remember, the gayest movie I enjoy." You're welcome. But yeah, the lines are cliche, but it was actually like a good story to tell. Like it would actually be, if this was released today, I would have said it's probably like a 10 out of 10 film. Especially with the crap that we have. Like no hard feelings. Blech.
I miss the days when we had like, whether you liked them or not, like the rom-com era. I miss those. We had happy movies. They were fun. They were romantic, they were cute, they were all these things. And then you had the comedies weren't these vulgar, at least not the majority. There weren't these vulgar, nasty, idiotic, makes no sense, ridiculousness or violence. Like that's all we have now is violence, nudity, and the stupid comedies that are ridiculous that I turn off after 5 minutes. Like we don't have anything that's wholesome anymore. And the things we do have that are wholesome are getting ripped apart to shreds by pick a side. It's like, oh my God, just go enjoy the movie. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Oh, I can't.
And Samantha here says, as a Christian, you have to act out God's love through your actions. People understand what it means to follow Christ. And that's why I say lead by example. And that's something I wish Pearl did.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm not a hater of Pearl. I just, I don't like the way she's used her platform. I want her to better people instead of bring down people.
Well, and that's the other side too. The guys don't have any hope either. You know what I mean? There's no, they get asked all the time, well, how do we fix it? And they're like, you don't, blah, blah, blah. Oh, cool.
Well, some people say go and do the passport bros, but then I've heard like podcasts say like, but if you bring them back to America, they still end up adopting those American things that you don't like. So
yeah,
I guess you're going to have to live in Asia.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Jason Webster for 10 Australian says, when my sister was in Sunday school, the teacher said that if she was ever naughty and did not believe in God, angels would, come and cut out her heart. My parents.
See, this is that organized religion crap. See, this is what we were talking about. That's a cage right there. That little girl, if her parents didn't pull her out, that little girl would probably be the next Nala. You know what I mean?
And this is, well, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about this being the very extreme, but that's also why I don't like the whole like fearing the punishment thing.
Yeah, that's organized religion drives me bonkers.
That's too much. That is insane. How old was she? Ugh, imagine being told that your heart will be cut out if you sin. You don't believe in God.
Golly, gee whiz.
That's not a way to get people to come to your cause. Have we not learned? Well, actually, that was like years and years and years ago. Have we not learned from the SJWs?
Right?
Oh, God.
Crazy. I'm glad your parents pulled her out because good grief.
So Pearl was on the Michael Knowles show. This clip here, I watched a little bit of it, but I wanted to see what your thoughts were on this. So they're talking about marriage and her views on marriage.
Is this the prenup thing? No. Oh.
No.
Argument for
what marriage is, why it's still good to do, no matter what the policies are, why man is inclined toward it.
No, any policy?
Yeah, I think marriage is always good.
Any policy.
Yeah, I think any country in the world at any time in history, it's basically good to get married.
So a guy, so if they make a policy that, I'm trying to think of something crazy. I mean, even the policies that are today, it's like, you know, that if, so really any policy.
Come on, Pearl.
Use your words, girl.
Your son got married and his wife got pregnant. And come to find out, 5 years later, he's not the biological father. He's been living this life for the last 5 years. You're saying you would advise your son to stay married to him.
So the question because I have a microphone on.
Oh my God, pause it.
We're married. And we're, yeah, I think I.
Back in 19 in 1 Corinthians 7, where it says, due to the hardness of your heart, you're allowed to divorce your wife under the pretense of sexual immorality.
He doesn't say that, but the question that was brought up from
okay, come on, Pearl.
Matthew, where our Lord says, "What God has joined, let no man separate," except for the case of porneia. And what's curious about this so-called acceptive clause, which in recent centuries some Protestants have interpreted to mean that if your wife cheats on you, you can divorce her, but which had not been understood that way for the vast majority of the history of the church, and certainly and still is the case in the Catholic Church and elsewhere. I guess one way to understand that, and that apparent contradiction with the other synoptic gospels, which do not have the so-called acceptive clause, is to remember that St. Matthew is writing for a Jewish audience, and there was a live debate at the time over the exception.
All right.
And so one way of understanding what he's saying is taking place more the fact bolster wife. Also, people don't.
Here we go. Oh, God dang it!
Together.
I oppose divorce in all circumstances. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a conservative view, not a liberal view.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm liberal in that one.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think you're liberal in a lot of ways, and I think the red pill is liberal in a lot of ways, which is why they're ironically just the flip side of the feminists.
Well, I disagree with that.
Do we believe the red pill is liberal, as Michael Knowles has assessed?
I can't get over the fact that her producer had to rescue her ass.
I think it's the producer of his show.
I'm sorry. No, it says Pearl. It said Pearl's producer.
Oh, shoot. Because she couldn't figure out what to say. Oh my gosh, she has an entourage. I didn't even notice that.
I'm sorry. I thought the interview was with her.
No, it wasn't with her, but I guess I think she has an entourage.
She choked so bad. I can't.
She choked so bad. But in any case, with the idea of divorce, which is why now I remember why I wanted to bring this up. In the eyes of conservatives, at least in this one, Michael says, divorce is not a thing you can do, except maybe, if there's promiscuity, which I understand, right? She's pro-divorce. Does that make her liberal or her views liberal?
Yeah.
That's a confusing one.
I mean, is it? Yeah. Because liberals traditionally that they are pro-divorce. Yeah.
And that's just something I've never thought about before.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I guess I never really put it together. But yeah, that's traditionally a liberal view. Yeah. Because all the women, well, I'm not happy anymore. I'm bored. I'm going to leave. He did this. He did that. He's never home. Whatever. But excuses from A to Z. Yeah. Usually it's a liberal thing for sure. To be pro-divorce. Yeah. Now that I think about it. Yeah.
Crazy how we have literally gone, my year and a half into this and thinking it was more of a conservative view to just avoid marriage so you wouldn't have to be divorced. I think that would be more conservative than anything. But if you're pro-divorce, you are technically a liberal.
Yeah.
And he did equate it being with feminist views, but just on the opposite sex.
Yeah.
He equated it. We're not equating it. I've equated the reaction of the movement similar to the feminists being like F men, they say F women, I don't need it. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need women. They suck. Essentially the same message. So Grant, this is dishonest. I didn't cut it out. I just found the clip. I'm reacting to the clip.
I think he's talking about like where Michael's talking about the Bible stuff because the producer threw a Bible quote at him and he was like, actually it says this, but I know that's dishonest. But we're talking about the divorce part of it, right?
We're just talking about the divorce. Yeah. The whole part of Michael's opinions on divorce, that part doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to talk about how this is apparently a liberal thought. Fernando says, how can you be so loud with your opinions and be ill-prepared when having a simple discussion?
No, but really, that's all she does all day. Girl, I'm so your producer had to jump in and answer the question for you. Pearl.
These types of things, when you do interviews, you have to actually be prepared for any and all types of questions.
And also, you cannot pay me to go on a podcast. I like Michael Knowles a lot. He would wipe the floor with me.
I would be very ill prepared for that too. And that's why I say, like, when we talk about this is more of a discussion. I do minimal research on this, okay? But I think it's fun. It's fun for me. It's fun for Tugs, and hopefully it's fun for you guys.
Yeah. Michael said, if wife has children with another man, the man must stay married to the cheating wife and take care of the children. I mean, you're talking about the DNA thing where the kid turns out not to be his, but he's raised him for 5 years as his son. I mean, what's better? Yeah, the woman's a sleuter, but then you're going to ruin the kid's life for that?
I think that
I see both sides.
I see both sides. I think if I was in an opposite situation, not that guys can do this, but like if they carried the child, like or like say my brother, that happened to my brother, I would disown my sister-in-law. You freaking whore for stepping out on my brother and having another man's child. So, but then again, I'm not really technically conservative or a liberal. I'm kind of in the middle, somewhere there. But yeah, kind of weird how the world turns after a while. D-Day says I'd leave. No.
Fair.
I think it's more than fair.
Either way, but yeah.
That is a huge trust thing. So I wouldn't be able to take it personally. I guess it used to be a crime. It's not anymore.
It is in the Bible, technically.
Not
a crime.
Jaywalking is a crime.
Yeah.
So we commit crimes every day. Just putting it out there.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, I'm therefore family oriented. I am. I'd like to think I am, but I think it'd be hard because I'm not in that situation. I don't know. If I had like a 2-year-old and found out about the DNA, I think it'd be easier to cut ties. But if it was like a 16-year-old, I grew up loving this child, even if it's not my blood or my brother's blood. Like, I might just end up just saying, well, don't do what your mother did, but I still love you and I'll care for you. But don't think I'm going to hate you for it. That's not your fault. It is your mother's fault.
Right. Yeah. I think that's very important. That's because then now that kid, if that's not even if they don't stay together, but that message doesn't come across to the kid, then that kid, man or boy or girl, is going to grow up with
issues
and just repeat the cycle. It's just, so it's like, I get it. I get why you would leave, and I fully support that. But I also fully support the idea of staying for that poor kid's sake. You know what I mean? That's the thing is, like, on the one hand, a lot of these podcasts talk about, well, you would leave, you would divorce your man if he doesn't put the dishes back right. We've watched these on all these podcasts. Well, I think you should stay with them for the kids' sake. It's the best for the kids' sake. It's better for the kids. And then that's how we raise better people, blah, blah. But now all of a sudden it's not okay if the kid isn't yours and you've been raising it for 10 years. Just a little bit of a hypocritical statement there.
Yeah. And I wouldn't 300 on a kid. I would say it'd be easier to separate the family at a very young age when what do you mean? What?
Sparta.
No, I'm not saying throw the child in a pit. I think if it's an infant and you haven't done the recognition of your family members, that I could see it being easier to leave because it hasn't been imprinted yet. You haven't given everything, all your resources. At 16, 17 years old, you've raised the child. Your child is yours at that point. I'm saying in this scenario as an aunt, that's what I would do if I found out about my brother's kid was not his kid. Because I've given them love. I've taken care of them. Birthdays, 16 years of gifts, 16 Christmases and stuff like that. That doesn't go away. You still have love for them, even if they're not yours or your nephew or niece. So yeah, it's a lie. Yes, it is. But you can grow to love a child that's not yours. There's things like adoption. That child is not the mother or the father's DNA, right? But you still raise them as your own. So why is that not the same if, 17, 18 years later, you find out the kid's not yours? If anything, just be mad at mom. It's not the kid's fault.
To the cage with you, lady.
Mm-hmm.
To the dungeons.
Yeah. But they're not your kid. Yeah, but you've treated them like your kid for so long. You've gone to all their kids' games, the soccer games, the dance recitals, music lessons. I don't know. That's really hard to just turn off unless you hated the kid. Then maybe it might be easier to walk away.
Samantha, Joseph wasn't Jesus's dad. No, he wasn't. And he didn't divorce Mary, did he? No, he
There you
didn't.
go.
They ended up having more kids. So
I love that. Stay with Mary. Mic drop.
and they had like three more. I think they
Yeah.
had two.
And Eddie brings up a point. Raising a child of another man couldn't and shouldn't be seen as bad. It just depends on when they find out, right? I don't know. Until we're in that situation, we don't know. I'm just
Yeah, I know. It's been quite the script flip. Right? Well, you can't raise that kid. That's not your kid. Okay.
I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying what I think I would do, at least when they're older. But yeah, that's a baby. Get the F out of there. GTFO.
Oh man. I don't know. I see both. I see like, yeah, no, I would be furious and I'd see why you would want to leave. But I also think it's hard because I think it's better for the kid in the long run. You know, I stayed and helped you grow up. Now you're a man and now we're getting divorced. Bye.
Yeah. Grant asks this, and this is a very strong question. What punishment does the woman face? Because if you don't punish women, why should women just cuck men all the time, since real Christian men raise the kid no matter what? That's not factually true. Not every Christian man raises the kid no matter what.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be a real thing either.
But if you're saying consequences to the woman, embarrassment, social embarrassment, regret, I'm sure. And if the man leaves, then she has to be a single mother. Things like that. It's not like she faces no punishment. It's not like she's getting arrested, but trust me, she's still facing some kind of punishment and stress throughout all that. So, yeah. Here, D-Day is right. She will get shamed no matter what.
Bring shaming back.
I mean, we're not going to stone her, but like, she's going to get some sort of social punishment.
Bring stoning
back. No. They still have that in the Middle East, I believe.
Yes. We don't have to stone people to death. That's mean. But we, a couple of nicks in the noggin, maybe. Just like a get it together.
You can still get a concussion or brain bleeds. I don't know.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, no. You know what? You're right. Stoning is probably, that's aggravated assault or something. We should do this instead.
Social shaming.
Make it down the street with the bell. Shame. And then we can throw fruit at her. Yeah.
Well, Grant, it depends which country you're in. Okay. Divorce and take the money. It also depends on the prenup, which brings us, by the way, to our last topic. Ariana Grande got divorced.
Yeah. I'm going to see who this is first before I tell you. You're way behind the curve here.
Here we go. So, breaking news. This was from March 19th. So, pretty recent, yesterday. Ariana Grande's ex-husband, Dalton Gomez, forces her to pay him $1.2 million in court. So there we go. All right. It's not all women getting to take the money. From my understanding, there was a prenup. So it's not forcing, but it was agreed upon. Wokeness is a one-way path to misery, depression, and disappointment. Let's look at all the men Ariana Grande has tried and failed to find happiness since she became famous. And I really think she has dated almost as many men as Taylor Swift. She just didn't make all the songs about them.
Oh my God, I forgot about Big Sean. Whatever happened to Big Sean?
I don't know all these people. Okay, so Graham Phillips.
Could not tell you. No idea.
Jay Brooks, the Mac Miller, may he rest in peace.
All right, buddy.
Pete Davidson, Big Sean. I don't know if I could date Big Sean. Dalton Gomez, 3 years. That's actually a lot longer than I anticipated. And now she's with Ethan Slater.
Yeah.
She appears to continue repeating the same mistakes forever. How many times has she been engaged? I think she's been engaged at least, what, twice, 3 times? 3 times.
I think it's 3, and that includes the marriage. I think that's 3. Yeah, I think it's 3, and it's so she was engaged to Pete Davidson. I believe she was engaged to Mac Miller, and then she married Dalton Gomez.
Thank you. Next. Being this truly doesn't matter. Having hundreds of millions of dollars doesn't truly matter. The only thing that truly matters in life is family, and people infected with the woke mind virus often have the hardest time with that. Hopefully one day she will take the red pill, start a family with a man, have values, and discover genuine joy. Now, I don't remember Ariana Grande age. Let me see.
She's not even 30 yet, or maybe she's
30.
just 30.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people she's dated, at least publicly. We have to remember that, publicly.
Ethan Slater is the reason she divorced her husband.
Oh wow, she should have been married
Ethan
to
Slater.
Dalton.
Ethan Slater is her coworker.
Oh,
No,
her work
this is the juicy
husband.
part. This is the juicy part. Ethan Slater is her co-star. She's Wicked, the movie Wicked. She plays the Glenda the Good Witch, I believe. It doesn't matter. Wicked's garbage, but that's a whole nother rant. Anyway, Ethan Slater, I believe, is I don't know. He's one of the roles in the Wicked. They met on set, and started like, oh, I'm so flirty, blah, blah, blah. But he's been married. He's married, to a woman he's been with for 10 years. They had a baby. That wasn't very old when he started filming Wicked. So he's overseas with Ariana Grande in England or wherever they were filming, while married to this woman who's home by herself with this baby who's a few months old, maybe a year tops. And meanwhile, he and Ariana Grande are fooling around behind her back. And so the worst part about it is that when she visited her boyfriend or her husband, that Ariana Grande was over the house and brought the baby gifts and was like, oh, it's so cute. His wife, ex-wife now, is a saint because she has not unalived them at all. And she flaunting the relationship, the newest song that she made up, like that she just came out with, is called like "And What About It" or whatever it's called, is about the whole situation. He literally left his wife of 10 years, his person of 10 years for her.
For her. I think that
I did it on purpose. She broke them up. I was like, damn.
I can see why why he would go after her, financial security and all. But the hard part is, as a lot of people have stated on the internet, you still want to see your husband, your boyfriend, as masculine. And I don't know if he will be able to fulfill that role for her. And I have a feeling that she likes to be a bit bossy in relationships.
I mean, maybe
just a little bit.
He's definitely on my list of people to smack around.
And she's basically just hopped from one man to the other. And has she truly found what makes her happy, or not truly found? Does she understand, at least for herself, what makes her happy? I don't think so. Because if
Clearly
you get
not.
married, I'm sorry, you ended your marriage for another man. Is this man basically the man that you're going to be with for the rest of your life? I better hope so. Because it's not. That is a very selfish move. And we've said this before, or I've said this before a lot of times. Short-term happiness. She might think she's going to be happy with him, but is she really?
Yeah.
She going to keep doing this cycle because she's just looking for the next thing.
And now this family is broken up. This poor baby, like, oh my god. I hope her ex-husband gets it all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
Look at this.
it, Kelly Clarkson.
So most of these relationships are under 2 years. You're within those 2 years, that's usually when it dies down to the repetitive, not that super crazy romantic, I need you love. Still good love if you have it. So I think she just got settled into marriage with this Dalton guy, and then just wanted the next exciting thing.
Ethan Slater was it. The unknown guy that played SpongeBob in the SpongeBob musical, Broadway musical. That's, I mean, hey,
Yeah. Digimental, we need to bring back long-term thinking skills. Yes, we really do.
My brain's too fried for that.
I think the biggest thing, and this also really shows with stories in Hollywood, is that and music in general, the analysis skills are slacking. You know, we can't have these deep conversations. We can't have deep thought. You know, we go to English class and things like foreshadowing and how to do foreshadowing seems like a difficult concept for people when they're writing a story. And music especially shows this. Music is now, you know, the WAP song, or I really hate that song. The Ben Shapiro one always comes up for me. This is a really good rendition, but subtlety is not their strong suit. They literally need to write it out to your face what people want, you know?
I miss subtlety. Remember back in the day when you wanted when a song was vulgar, like the WAP song. Back in the day, it would be a lot more innuendo.
Versus Liquid Dreams.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was probably entirely too old before I heard Liquid Dreams and really put it together. I think I was in my mid-20s. And I was like,
what's that song? If you get down on me, I'll get down on you. Who would have thought? I thought it was just a grooving thing. Oh yeah, we're going down.
Oh my God. Yeah, Liquid Dreams is a big one. You're like, how did I listen to this?
How did my parents let me listen to this?
Whoa, buddy. I was like, oh, my bad.
So, yeah, I think this is I guess we could call this a win for the red pill. Like, the rich Ariana Grande had to pay a man out 1.2 mil for a divorce. So, no, there you go.
You know what? I hope she does. I hope she has to pay him all the monies.
Oh, she has to. She has to. It was in their prenup. So, get that prenup. Yeah, here, there it is.
Oh my God. And now I'm just putting it together at 37
Pearl
years
Jam?
old.
Oh God. Yeah, he forced it by putting her in the prenup agreement. Did he force her? She probably, this is the thing that I love about prenups. You do it while you're in a happy space and you agree on it. So,
and
did he really force her?
Sneak in a line in there that's like, you will pay me $1 million.
$1 million. Oh gosh. Anyways, I guess that is our articles. We have one more super chat here. Crash Mondo for $10. I think Knowles is right that the red pill is liberal. The confusion is between traditionally liberal, think Dave Rubin, versus the woke progressives we have today. I think he means the former. I don't know who Dave Rubin is, so I can't comment on that.
I'm trying to think of like classic. Yeah, classic liberals. Your JFKs. I mean, maybe, or maybe it's as simple as he is saying they're liberal because they act like a bunch of SJWs, but on the other side. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, they have similar concepts as feminism. I think that, you know, if you choose to be by yourself, that's up to you. And, you know, if you're going to be bitter about it and yell at every woman, do I necessarily think that's okay? No. I think they should at least deserve it first before you start yelling at women as a whole. You know, I do think that those podcasts, Fresh and Fit, whatever podcasts, they bring about that on themselves. The women that go on there, I mean. And Allie did say it. But it was Allie was just like, yeah, I called them out for it. Don't care. I understand that.
Yeah.
Because they put themselves in a public space. So you can judge them. If they didn't, then maybe, I don't feel as comfortable bringing up Barb or Sally from down the street and being like, you're a whore. But, yeah. Thank you very much, Crash Mondo, for the super
Sally.
chat.
All the Sallys right now are like, oh.
I don't know. I don't really actually know a girl named Sally. Barbara?
Either.
No, not really either.
Babs.
Not someone who at least is my current friend, I suppose. I might have known a few Barbs in my life. They're of an older generation. They're not whores.
Babs.
But yeah. All right. Tugs. This is a fun one. Did you have fun? I had fun.
I did.
We have 69 people here. What's up?
Yes. we nobody
change.
leave.
Nobody leave and no one come in,
leave.
okay?
No one come in. If you're coming in here, get out. No, I'm just kidding. But subscribe first.
Yeah.
And then come back.
D-Day. I like this. And this is true. D-Day has never been rude to any of us or anything like that. I don't go around hating women. Just treat them like any other guy. No simping or favors. Exactly.
No. Now it's 68.
Dang it. God dang. Oh, well.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow. Dishonor.
My cow? Are you calling me a cow? No kidding. Dishonor on my cow body.
On my cow body.
Rocky is like a cow. He has spots like one. But anyways, what do you have coming up, lady?
That's a great question.
Like,
I don't
I'm
have
thinking
anything
about
good
it.
coming up now. I have streams coming up. Thursday will be, what's today? Tomorrow, what's today? Today's Wednesday. So tomorrow's an afternoon or evening stream. Friday is an evening stream. Saturday is an evening stream. Other than that, I don't have anything like super special coming up.
There you
Meetups in 19 days. I have 19 days to lose 30 pounds. Wish me luck.
Maybe we'll go with something more realistic, like 5 to 10.
Oh, Zembeck, here I come.
Oh my God. No, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Somebody send me a song. No, I know.
I'm on the keto hardcore, and I'm so excited for my dessert for tonight. I'm having some yogurt and blueberries and strawberry, and it's so yummy, and cheese. That's my favorite. So you should review Abigail Schreier's new book about therapy, at least one of the interviews she's done recently. Abigail Schreier. I'll take a look.
Bless you.
Schreier. Interview. I'll check her out later. Thank you, Grant. Cheers. Cheers.
Sean Cosgrove, what is this? Magnesium citrate, like magnesium, regular
I have magnesium to help with my cravings. It does help.
I have magnesium. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tomorrow I have D&D, and then in the evening I probably will play Genshin Impact with Kara at 8 p.m. Eastern. Friday Night Tights with Melanie Mack. I do have to watch that X-Men 97. Blech. I don't want to. Don't want it. So, and if I wake up early, I might stream. I say concurrently. I'll play Genshin Impact while Mr. Pork Chop plays something. Sean says that's a joke. Don't do it. That's why they take you. That's what you take before they check your colon. You poop for. Oh God. But that also helps to lose weight too.
Exactly. Thank you, Sean, for the tip.
But it's short term.
I'm just gonna take it for the next 19 days. Got it.
Oh God, no, you'll die. You lose too much water that way. I don't do that.
I drink water. I drink like a gallon of water.
It'll go through you. You'll like shoot it out of your butthole. Sorry, I was about to say that bad word. Stutter. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for the super chats. You guys have been super generous and kind today. We will be back next week, hopefully, with either some more of course Sip and Chill on the Wednesday, but we're trying to get more guests for you for Tuesdays for Dadcast, and maybe we're introducing Momcast or that time of the month on Tuesdays. So more of an
we're talking about rearranging
things. So yeah. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.